Friends, Mangalacharna Shloka, Guru Parampara Shlokas, Sankalpaha, Upanishad Mantra Ucharana, studying the Upanishad, Veda Parayanam, Dhyana Purvaka, Rishi Gayatri Mantram, a common sense thought. These are the 7 sadhanas every day we are seated to do to invoke the Kripa of Parabrahma, Paramatma, Parameshwara, Parashakti Mata, Devata Ganas, Gurus and Shastras. So that we in our Vyaktitva are fully blossoming, thereby facilitating for our own Adhyatmika Sadhana Pragati, as well as we are useful to this world, serving the world spiritually. In the Upanishad, it is the Chandogya Upanishad. We are studying from Samaveda. Out of 8 chapters, the first chapter we have started yesterday, the first Khanda. It is talking about UDGEETHA Upasana, UDGEETHA Vidya, Omkara Upasana, Omkara Upasana Sambandhi. Maximum information through this topic, the Shruti Mata, the Rishi, wants to convey to us for our conviction, so that we take the Omkara as Upasana Alambanam and do the due Upasana to be blessed by it. In the Sambandha Bhashya, Shankara Bhagavan has exhaustively told us the need of the Upasana, purpose of the Upasana, the Lakshya of the Upasana. This is the topic under study. Yesterday we started the first mantra. Few of the things we have understood. Again, while going through that, we move further. After listening from here, it is our each one's accepted bounden duty to do sufficient contemplation to grasp what is said and to understand how it helps us. Having convinced, really make the good upayoga of these teachings, these learnings, these understandings, these convictions by being practical, by doing things practically, by doing the due sadhanas. Let us start. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatah Sarva Vedantah Satchastraha Tanityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Om Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Viditanamaya Vishadaika Kalam न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्य उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। संकल्प also is done after the Mangalacharana shlokas. Now the first two mantras of Adi Shankara Krita Mangalacharana and Shanti mantra. Then the entire first Khanda 10 mantras. For familiarity, we will be chanting it every day. ओम अथ सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषद आद्यशंकर पूज्य भगवत्पाद विरचित मंगलाचरण श्लोक ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। अथ सामवेदस्य उपनिषदानां शांति मंत्रः ट्वाइस। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शांति शांति शांति। In those days there were no computers, laptops, cell phones to record any of these things. There were not even printed books. Everything was vocal. The mantra spashta ucharana along with the swaras. The Guru will teach and Guru mukhatah the disciples will listen, learn and retain. That was their capacity those days. They will retain, remember the mantra completely with all its swaras annotations. They also retain the meaning told by the Guru to that mantra, the Vyakhyana told by the Guru to that mantra, the yuktis that are given, the upamana, the examples that are given. On that they used to contemplate and grasp what is said by the Guru, understand it, and they used to be without delay get convinced. Their purities were so clear heart, their sukshmata was like that, their ekagrata was like that, and they were solely engrossed only in learning what Guru is teaching. For their fortune, unlike us, these many distractions they never had as we have. Today, we have millions of given distractions, taken distractions, and never the practices of, you know, maturing our inner faculties with concentration, with subtlety, etc., in order to study, understand the Shastras. But the thing is, whether it is a Vedic period or now, it is Upanishadic Vidya alone gives moksha, and it is Vedic period or now with full concentration. We have to uh, learn the mantras, understand the mantras, study them, and contemplate, do the outer inner due sadhanas, and realize. There is no option. So, we, though in Kali Yuga fallen for whatever reason, with our practices and obtained yogyatas, we can be the people of the Veda period, Vedic period. A sample of is what we are doing every day for 1 hour. Only one thing that is lacking here is the discussion is in English. Even if this also is in Sanskrit, nothing like that. Isn't it? You also Sanskrit know words. I also know how to speak in Sanskrit. If the interaction also happens in Sanskrit, wonderful. Other than that, we are doing the Upanishad mantra Ucharana only, Upanishad mantra Adhyayana only, the Veda Parayana only, Vedic Rishi Smarana only we are doing. This is how those days they used to be. Why not now? We can also. But they had that single pointed commitment towards spiritual evolution. We have so many other priorities, importances also, which we have to slowly sort out, come out of them. Clear? Now let us chant the first khanda of the first adhyaya of Chandogya Upanishad. Then we go for the study. Om ath samaveda Chandogyopanishad Prathamodhyayah Prathamah Khandah Om Omityetadaksharam Udgeetham Upasita Om iti udgayati तस्य उपव्याख्यानम् येषां भूतानां पृथिवीरसः पृथिव्या आपोरसः अपां ओषधयो रसः ओषधीनां पुरुषो रसः पुरुषस्य वाग्रसः वाचः ऋग्रसः रुचः सामः रसः साम्नः उद्गीतो रसः सः एषः रसानागं रसतमः परमः परार्ध्यः अष्टमः अयमुद्गीतः तद्वा एतत् मिथुनं यत् वाक्च प्राणश्च ऋक्च सामच no sorry third mantra I missed katama katama ruk katamat sama katamah katama udgeetha iti vimrushtam bhavati वागेव ऋक प्राणः साम ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतः तद्वा एतत् मिथुनं यद्वाक् च प्राणश्च ऋक् च साम च तदेतत् मिथुनम् ओमित्येतस्मिन् अक्षरे सगं सृज्यते यदा वै मिथुनौ समागच्छत आपयतो वै तौ अन्योन्यस्य कामम् आपयिताः वै कामानां भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरम् उद्गीतम् उपास्ते तद्वा एतद् अनुज्ञा अक्षरं यद्धि किञ्च अनुजानाति ॐ इति एव तदाह एष तदाह एषः एव समृद्धिः यदज्ञ अनुज्ञा समर्थयिताः वै भवति समर्थयिता वै कामानां भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते तेन इयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते ओमिति आश्रावयति ओमिति शगंसति ओम इति उद्गायति एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य अपचित्यै महिम्ना रसेन तेन उभौ कुरुतः यश्च एतदेवं वेद यश्च न वेद नानातु विद्या च अविद्या च यदेव विद्यया करोति श्रद्धया उपनिषदा तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवति इति खलु एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य उपव्याख्यानं भवति इति प्रथमः खण्डः. Now प्रथमो मन्त्रः chanted 3 times. ॐ ओमित्येतदक्षरम् उद्गीतम् उपासीत ॐ इति उद्गायति तस्य उपव्याख्यानम्. Again ॐ इत्येतदक्षरम् उद्गीतम् उपासीत ॐ इति उद्गायति तस्य उपव्याख्यानम्. ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति उद्गायते तस्य उपव्याख्यानम्. क्लियर? सो ओमिति एतद् अक्षरम् ओमिति एतदक्षरम् उद्गीतम् उपासीत. So if you understand it, understand from the last word upasita. Do the upasana. Udgeetha upasita. Do the upasana of the Udgeetha. What is that Udgeetha? Om iti etad akshara. The Om named akshara, Om named syllable itself is Udgeetham. Of it, do the upasana. It is always good, better. Upasita should be done. That should be done is said by whom obviously will not be indicated for every one of us who are interested in spiritually rising. Upasita. And why the upasana? As it was said by Bhashyakara, upasana gives chitta shuddhyartham. Tani etani upasanani sattva shuddhikarattvena vastu tattva ahobhasakatvat. Advaita jnana upakarakani. The upasanas are Advaita Jnana Ubhakarakani because they help us in Vastu Tattva Avabhasana by giving us the necessarily required Sattva Shuddhi. So again and again, if you remember what is said in Bhashya, without question and doubt, we can keep understanding. Second portion is Om Itihi Udgayati. The Udgathas, the ones who chant Samaveda, they start their Samaveda Ucharana with Omkara only. Okay, that whole Samaveda is called Udganam. That becomes an Amshi. A part of it is beginning में ही है ओंकार है. Therefore, the Amsha Omkara is named as the Amshi itself. Therefore, Omkara itself is given the name of Udgeetha. Udgeetha is entire Samaveda chanting. But Omkara is given that position, that respect, as if it is the entire Samaveda. Because with the Om only, The Samaveda Ucharana called as Udganam starts. Who do that? Udgayakaha or Udgataha. Not only that, many other reasons also are there to respect, revere Omkara and take it as an alambana for Upasana, which will be told in the next 8 9 mantras in the first Khanda. So, too, in the next Khandas also in the entire Prathamodhyaya. So, entire Prathamodhyaya trying its best to bring to our intellect the importance and glory of this Pranava, the Omkara, the Udgita, so that we have understood, we are inspired, we take up Omkara for our Upasana Alambana, so that our Sattva becomes Shuddha and that helps us in a Vastu Tattva Avasana, realizing the Brahman, which is our main goal. And in every of the Upanishads, in so many of the Purana Itihasa, Bhagavad Gita, the Mahashastra, everywhere the Pranava Mahima is told. Wherever it is possible, we quote, we remember them. Even the Yoga Darshana, the Patanjali has given to his Nam Guna Rupa Rahita Ishvara the name Omkara only. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Isn't it? Hmm. Om. Gita Omiti Ekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan. 8th chapter. Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu. 7th chapter. Then Shabda Ke Paurusham Rishu. Even in the 9th chapter, Omkara comes. Even in the 10th chapter, so many places. 17th chapter, to we know Om iti etadaksharam. So everywhere the rishis have unanimously agreed the glory of Pranava. They took the Pranava as Alambana in the Vedic period. Thereafter, in the Pauranika Kala or Puranic literatures prevalence, when so many devatas have come, their nama also taken as Alambana. And of each of the devata, some bija aksharas also are revealed. They are also taken as Alambana. All of them help. But before of all of them, the first one which came was Pranava Omkara. Omkara is such a beautiful Sattvika Alambana. Directly it takes us towards the Brahma Vidya, Yogyata and Ichha that has inherently that power. It doesn't distract us unless we consciously use Omkara for something else. And more prevalent. Any other Nama of the Lord is prevalent only in that particular context in that avatar. Like in the entire Krishna avatar, where do you see Ram? पूरा भागवत में राम कहाँ आया ही नहीं, राम जी को भूल ही गए वहां. But Omkara is always there, now and then and ever and forever. So therefore, we have to slowly get convinced about this and start taking it as Upasana, Alambana for Upasana, in our choice, in our interest. That is the purpose. You and I are in this period of post Pauranika, therefore we have so many choices and options. But in the Veda Kala, where this Upanishad is taught, there were not so many. So the Om, with its reference in another other Upanishads, other Vedas told, that was enough to be convinced for the disciple. Not like today that every day new guru comes and we have to take his name also, and so many things. They don't have all of that. So we have to know the period in which it was taught, where do we stand now, and with unbiased intellect, without the raga dvesha, what is said, why is said, how it is said. Grasp it. And again, tol molke, within us, just balance properly and understand for yourself. Accept for yourself. Okay. Now, Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya. Okay. Om iti hi udgayati is Omkara Udgana is done in the beginning by the Udgata, the chanter, reciter of the Udgitam, the Samaveda. Of this Om to bring to your notice its glory so that you are convinced tasya Omkarasya tasya Udgitasya Upavyakya. Upa means very closely, very dear to the heart, and exhaustively maximum. Vyakhyanam is done. Explanation, commentary is done. With so much closeness with my heart, I am doing the Vyakhyanam. In the same way, with so much closeness to your heart without any biasness, you receive it. That is what is the Rishi or the Shruti Mata says. Finally, we live what is in our heart, deeply rooted, like in deep recesses of our heart. We have Jiva Bhava, we have Deha Bhava, we have Kama Krodhadi, we have Raga Dveshadi. Therefore, they only powerfully surface in our Antakarana, pushing us only to live that type of life. Example. So, Upavyakhyana means very close to the heart and very exhaustively complete details ke saath. Vyakhyanam, the commentary on the glory of Om is done and vocally by the Guru. Only the commentary he can tell. Na? The actual glory of Omkara is a direct personal experience of ours when we actually do the upasana of it. किसी भी चीज का कोई भी बंदा कैन ओनली टेल अस थियोरेटिकली अनुभूति comes when we ourselves involve in it practically. Even a gross example of a dish very tasty, how much ever a person describes who has consumed it, it won't give us the clear picture. It may be an upapyakhya. He can write a 10 pages essay on that particular sweet with all the poetic language, all similes, examples, explanations, picturizations, graphics, anything he can do. But will it give us the direct experience? No, all what he has done is upavyakhyanam. Then how to understand the glory of Omkara? How to understand the glory of that sweet about which your friend described in 10 pages? Just take it, land it in on your tongue. Then the pratyaksha anubhuti comes. Upavyakyanam gives us an idea and inspiration to go for the pratyaksha prayatna leading to pratyaksha anubhuti. All commentaries are to give us possible data for convincing us. Practically doing it, experiencing it is in our hands. Nowadays, that's why in every of the shoppings for very many things, the demos are there, demonstrations, isn't it? Pratyaksha anubhuti, then there is a conviction. And Omkara Pratyaksha anubhuti also, we have to do it by doing the practice. Omkara Mahima Pratyaksha anubhuti, by doing the upasana of Omkara Udgeetha, taking it as alambanam. Done. So, Om iti etat aksharam udgeetam. Please do the upasana upasita. Kyun? Because we all belong to Samaveda Parampara. In us, the Samaveda Udgatha, Om iti hi udgayati. Have you ever heard him starting the chanting without Om? No. So, Om is so respectful, reverential. That should be enough. But still, for convincing you, I will give you Upavyakyanam. That's the meaning of first mantra. Now, in the Bhashya, half of it we saw yesterday. Om iti etad aksharam udgitam upasita is the first line. Of that, I am giving Bhashya. Be mindful. Like in the earlier Upanishad, Shvetashvatara, he used to say first two words. Second word, or two words, or three words, or one word, while commenting on every mantra, telling us that that mantra which is starting with these words I am commenting. Please listen carefully. Bhagavan Shankar. Here he has given the entire sentence. Om iti etadaksharam udgitam upasita is the first sentence of the first mantra of the first khanda of the first adhyaya. I am doing the commentary on it. Please सुन लो. बच्चे लोग ये पहला सेंटेंस है ना. now मैं उसका आपको एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. Like the physics, the new academic year starts. So the guru tells the 10 topics. Now the first chapter for next 10 days we will be studying the sound. In the sound, these are the topics. Then we study the light. In that, all that. Then the electromagnetism, all of that. So here also, Om ityetadaksharam udgitam upasita is the first line. We are talking on that. Now first, Om iti etad aksharam. First, Om iti etad aksharam. Om, it is a syllable. Om iti, Om जो है एक अक्षर है, a letter, a syllable. Like a, I, u, u, ka, cha, cha, it's an akshara. First point. Second is what? Paramatmana abhidhanam. It is Paramatma's name. Very clear? What is Om? It's an akshara. Here what is Om? Paramatmana abhidhanam. It is a name of Paramatma, the Supreme Self, which is the self of all, which is one without second, which is our goal. To reach that, we have to have the Antakarna Shuddhi. For that, we need to do the Upasana. For that, we need to have the Alambana. Here is the Alambana. Paramatmana abhidhanam. How many abhidhanams are there for Paramatma? Many. Among them, what is the position of this Omkara, name Paramatma? Nedishtam. What is Nedishtam? Atyanta Priyatama. Most dearest to the Paramatma is this Omkara. Aina? Omkara. So many places Bhagavan himself says in the Purana Ityadi and Vedo mein bhi, Upanishadon mein bhi hai. So this is the nearest, dearest name of the Lord. So Omiti etad aksharam, Paramatmana abhidhanam, Nedishtam abhidhanam. Dearest name. Yesterday we gave the explanation how each one loves a particular way of calling or addressing, naming. Nedishtam. Then tasmin hi prayujyamane. So many names are there with which you can address the Paramatma. But among them, tasmin hi prayujyamane, when this particular Omkara is being utilized, prayojita, used to address the Lord. Tasmin hi prayujyamane saha prasidati. He becomes more happier than anything else. Extremely happier than anything else. Tasmin hi prayujyamane saha prasidati. How? Priya nama grahana iva lokaha. Like in the loka, each one loves somebody to address them in this way, that way. When somebody addresses them like that, he'll be so happy. Of course, in case of the lokaha, the worldly people, he has got so many relatives, relations. Therefore, from each one, he expects a different way. Like friends, he wants them to call like this. Father and mother in this way, brother, sister in this way. And that's how each one also have that feeling. But he feels joyful. And everybody cannot address same way. Like the father can address beta, but the son cannot address beta. It doesn't good, isn't it? For father he is a son, but for the son he is not beta, no. He likes papa, papi, jo bhi hai, that way. So how nicely put, isn't it? Tasmin hi prayujamane saha prasidati. Prasidati means he becomes prasanna. Once the Lord is prasanna, he will bless us with everything we need and we want. That way, the thing every place we have to add. And we all in our life have to make the Lord prasanna. And what is the prasannata? Prasannata of the Lord, and in what way we want Him to bless us? Only in Sattva Shuddhi. So that Advaita, Brahma Tattva, experiencing which alone there is moksha, we want that. We can get that. So tasmin hi prajudyamane sa prasidati priya nama grahana iva lokaha. So omiti paramatmana abhidhanam nedishtam tasmin hi prajudyamane saha prasidati priya nama grahana iva lokaha. Stands explained up to this. Next, tad iha iti param prayuktam. So abhidhayakatvat Vyavartitam Shabda Sarupa Matram Pratiyat. See, Om it is said. That indicates the name. By saying Om iti word, is stopped there. So where do we stop? When do we stop? When it is also uh, the Sarupa of also Paramatma. Means not only it is the Abhidhana, the name, in fact it is the form also of the Lord. टू बी वर्शिप देवर भगवान का नाम ही नहीं दी अभिधान भगवान का रूप भी ओंकार है अभिधेय बिकॉज द वर्ड इति केम एक्सेट्रा इज नॉट एक्सप्लेन्ड ओम इति इनका नाम है ऐसा नहीं बोला देयरफॉर ओम को आप उनके नाम के साथ रूप के रूप में भी ले सकते हो दैट इज द मीनिंग आर हियर तद तद इह इति परम प्रयुक्तम iti is the word used om iti we have to explain why that iti also or how that iti can be understood used so tad iha iti param prayuktam abhidhayakatvat so abhidhayakatvat vyavartitam shabda sarupa matram pratiyate therefore it is not only the shabda of the Lord nama it is also sarupa of the Lord. In that also again two things we can say. One is the Om when you write in Sanskrit, that Akshara itself is Paramatma ka Roop. Like the Rama with Dhanurbana, Krishna with flute. So Paramatma, है ना? There is Krishna Bhagavan. Second, Krishna Bhagavan's Rupa with the flute as a Vigraha. Third, name to him Krishna. Here also, Parabrahma Paramatma is the Krishna Sthaniya. His Nama, like Krishna's name is Krishna, is Omkar. Then Krishna's Rupa with the flute is there. The Omkara cannot have flute. That Om itself is a Rupa also. That way, Rupa and Nama, Abhidhana and Abhideya, both are Omkara of the Lord for us to meditate. For us, the Rupa of Krishna is not Krishna, but his Rupa and Nama are Alambana, with which we develop our devotion to him. Then the actual Krishna comes in the Rupa, flesh and blood to bless us, and the Swarupa of the Krishna also will be revealed to us. We will realize that. So here also, tad iha iti param prayuktam abhidayakatvat व्यावर्तितम शब्द स्वरूप मात्रम प्रतीयते तथा च in the same way तथा च and also अर्चादिवत अर्चादिवत परस्य आत्मनः प्रतीकम संपद्यते because of this Omkara also gains the pratikatva also of the Lord. Pratika means murti, the pratima, the symbol, the form. So therefore, Om is Abhidhana of the Lord. Om is the symbol, the pratik also of the Lord. So tathacha archadivat parasya atmanaha pratikam sampatyate. Parasya atmana pratikam sampatyate. There are some ashramas where they keep Omkara and then of the Omkara they have Ashtotra and then they do the Ashtotra puja to the Omkara, which is Parabrahma Paramatma's Nama and the Rupa. And we are so much exposed and familiar to so many other Rupa Nama of the Devatas. For us, that appears to be vague and ambiguous. In fact, that was the one first who came. The familiar Rupa and Nama came later on. But in the times, in the periods of history, Different timing, different things become predominant, and that generation adapts that or gets habituated to that. Nothing wrong. So, two things are said. Om is Bhagwan's Abhidhana, Nedishtam Abhidhana. When that name is taken, he becomes Prasanna. Iti is said, therefore, not only the Nama is Pratik also. Archadivat Paramatmana Pratikam. Parasya Atmanaha Pratikam Sampadyate. In this way, the Pratikatva also of Paramatma is Om. Even Krishna and Rama, Shiva, whatever you say, that is Rupa and Nama is Alambana only for our Antakarana to become single pointed as well as to develop the qualities of Bhakti, Shraddha, etc. Isn't it? Within us to develop those things, we need the Alambana Pratika. So, Alambana of the Nama, Alambana of the Pratika. Pratika means the symbol. As we told you, for Vishnu Bhagavan, the Pratika is the Pratima or Pratika are same. Shaligrama, like that for each of the devatas. This much is understood so far. So pratikam sampadyate. Parasya atmana pratikam samyak padyate. It is also pratika of Paramatma. Next, emam in this way, namatvena cha pratikatvena cha. Evam namatvena pratikatvena cha. Paramatma upasana sadhanam. So, to do the upasana of the Paramatma, the Omkara therefore becomes the sadhanam. Namatvena rupatvena cha. So, evam namatvena pratikattvena cha Paramatma upasana sadhanam. And that also shreshtham, the best of the Bhagwan's namatmaka, pratikatmaka, alambana and symbol. Among all of them, the Shrestha is this Omkara. At this point, iti sarva vedanteshu avagatam. In all the Upanishads, that is said so. Sarva vedanteshu, some known familiar Upanishads to us, we can see in the Katha Upanishad, in the Prashna Upanishad, in the Mundaka Upanishad, the entire Mandukya Upanishad, then this one, then Vridaranyaka. In all of them, Omkara Mahima is said or not. So here, the ones who are pursuing Brahma Vidya, from them, that for them the authorities are Upanishads. In the Upanishads, when you search out, what is given as the Shrestha Alambana of Paramatma for our Upasana, Namatvena and also Pratikattvena, it is Omkara. So this is how, with the authority of the Upanishads, this and other, we have to fix our mind, intellect, in the understanding and acceptance that Om is Bhagwan's name, it is the best of the Alambana, it is Bhagwan's Pratik also. For us to do the Upasana, for our Sattva Shuddhi, so that we can become qualified for the Atma Jnana. This is how we have to convince ourselves and start involving in it. For that, this data. So we are studying step by step slowly Bhashya because we don't know the Sanskrit. बट वहां तो गुरु ने फटाफट बोल दिया, अरे प्यारे बच्चे, सारे उपनिषदों में ओम को श्रेष्ठ आलम के रूप में बताया, वो आपको परमात्मा का नाम भी है, परमात्मा का प्रतीक भी है. So take that as an alambana, do the upasana and make your sattva shuddha. Shuddha sattva is ekagra chitta. Shuddha sattva is sukshma chitta. Shuddha sattva is that in which the raga dveshadi have gone away. Understood? Yes, sir. हो गया. That is enough for them. We are taking little time for our clarity as we stand in our lack of Sanskrita bhasha, etc. Now, evam namattvena cha pratikattvena cha paramatma upasana sadhanam shreshtam iti sarva vedanteshu avagatam. In all the Upanishads, as Lord's name and Lord's pratika for sadhakas alambana, the best is given as this pranava, the omkara, the udgita. Up to this, the end explained. Next one, another way to prove its shrestata. How is it? Japa, karma, swadhyaya, adi anteshu cha bahushaha prayogat prasiddham asya श्रैष्ठ्यम. How clear, see? Japa karne ke time. Even the Pauranika mantras are added with Om. है ना, नारायणायेति मंत्रम सप्रणवम प्रणाम सहितम प्रावर्तयध्वम मुहुः. सो नारायण मंत्र को ओम के साथ, शिव मंत्र को ओम के साथ, एवरी देवता's mantra become paripurna with the omkar, because om is the purna brahma. These devatas with om also can be the purna. Therefore japa, in doing any of the japa, whether it is the Vaidika Devatas Japa, Pauranika Devatas Japa, Japa can be sometimes a complete shloka also. You can do every shloka, every mantra ka jap karo. Like we told you about this Apya and Mamangani, do the japa every day at least 5-6 times. So that's a japa. So in that japa, while starting, Om is used. And Adi means beginning, Antesh means end also. ओम से स्टार्ट करके ओम शांति शांति, वी एंड विथ ओम अगेन. Second, karma means all yagni agadi also. Like that he starts. Then the sankalpas are done, all the punya vachanams, then whatever the yagna has to be done. So japa, karma. Third one, swadhyaya. When guru and shishya are seated for swadhyaya, there also guru begins with om. In our Puja Gurudev's parampara, 3 times chanting om, we start all our satsangs. Isn't it? Here we do some introduction to become familiar, but after that formality is done, most formal thing is with 3 times Omkar Ucharana and Jhanavat only our things start. Isn't it? 2 minutes familiarity ke liye we do. Otherwise, in Gurudev straight away coming home, he does it. So, japa, karma, swadhyaya, adi and anteshu cha bahushaha. Bahushaha means maximum 99.9% prayogatu, that omkara is added with in the beginning and at the end. Siddham asya shraištyam. This also proves the shrestata of the omkara. No, no, when we listen all that at a homework, we can make our own notes. First one, Om is Paramatma ka Avidana hai. And it is the Nedishta Avidana hai. Then with that name, when you call him, he becomes Ati Prasanna. Then, like that example of anybody in the loka. Then iti shabda used. Therefore, it is not only the nama, it can be the pratika also. Therefore, namatva as well as pratikatva of that Paramatma is this Omkara. How many thoughts you see? Therefore, of Paramatma's Shrestha sadhanam it is. एवं नामत्वेन च प्रतीकत्वेन च परमात्मा उपासना साधनम श्रेष्ठ. To do the sadhana Paramatma, the Shrestha Upasana sadhana is this Omkara. Sarva Vedanteshu Avagatam. In all the Upanishads, it is well said, well understood, well accepted, well used. And in our Sanatana Dharma parlance, any of the temples you go, any of the ashramas you go, mainly the ashramas, Omkar ka naad chalta hi rehta hai. Somewhere or the other, Om Shanti, somebody addresses Hari Om, ऐसे कोई बोलते ओम तो आना ही चाहिए वहां. Some people who have not studied this, who studied Tulsi Ramayana सैकड़ों बार, for them Rama, this is Ram Ram Ji, they say. They are not trained in Omkara, they are trained in Ramkara, therefore they say Ram Ram. कोई लोग जय श्री कृष्णा बोलते हैं. They are all later on have come. But Krishna and Rama will be more complete with Om. Om itself complete by itself. So evam namatena cha pratikatvena cha paramatma upasana sadhanam shreshtamiti sarvavedantishu avagatam japa karma swadhyaya adi anteshu cha bahushaha prayogat prasiddham asya shreshtyam. So in this way, Omkara is the Shreshtat Shreshta Alambana for our Upasana. It is Paramatma's Nama, it is Paramatma's Pratika also. But through this Omkara Alambana, which is Paramatma and Pratika, by doing the Upasana, we have to reach to a level of studying the Upanishad, contemplating, through which that Paramatma, whose Nama is Om, we experience as ourselves. Our goal is not saying laddu, laddu, jalebi, jalebi. Our goal is to eat that laddu, jalebi and experience the joy without sound. Our goal is not to hold on to the Om. Through the Om as the means, we want to reach the Paramatma Anubhuti. Never forget this anytime. All our means, our Upanishad study, Manana, Chintana, all. The goal is Parabrahma Paramatma Anubhuti Atma Rupena. Hope it is never forgotten. Now, ataha tad etad aksharam varnatmakam udgita bhakti avayavatvat udgita shabdavachyam upasita. So, Om iti etad aksharam explained as an alambana for the upasana, which is the abhidana as well as pratika of Paramatma. So, Paramatma's abhidana Omkara. Paramatma's pratika is Omkara. This Omkara, which is Paramatma's abhidana and pratika, is alambana. Alambana for us to do the upasana so that our sattva becomes Shuddha. With Shuddha sattva, through the Upanishad Adhyayana of Tattvamasi Mahavakya Adi, that Paramatma of whom this Omkara is alambana, we have to experience. Okay, Om iti Aksharam. Now, Udgitham word came. It is not there in other Upanishads. Here, this Omkara is called Udgitham. How? Why? Justified. How? Ataha tad etad Aksharam Varnatmakam. This Akshara Om, which is Varnatmakaha. Varnatmakam is in that A, U, and Ma. Three Varnas are there. Varnatmakam. Udgita Bhakti Avayavatvat. Udgita means the Samagita. Udgana means Samagana. Udgita Bhakti means Udgita chanting. In the Udgita Samaveda recitation with respect and reverence. In that Udgita Bhakti mein, in the Samaveda chanting, Avayavatvat. It's an Avayava, Amsha. And who is the Avayavi? The entire Samaveda. So Udgita Bhakti Avayavatvat. Udgita Shabda Vachyam. It is also can be Vachyam said by the Shabda Udgita. Therefore, the other name of the Omkara is Udgitam. Name of the Udgita. Paramatma का नाम ओमकार है तो ओम का नाम है उद्गीत. But Udgita cannot be said Udgita, you cannot chant it. You can chant it as Om only. So this Om is given the position of entire Samaveda because it is the Avayava of the Samaveda, the Udganam. So the Samaveda Gayaka is Udgata. So atatat etad aksharam varnatmakam udgita bhakti avayavatvat udgita shabdavachyam. Up to this is done. Om iti etad aksharam udgitam. यहाँ तक बता दिया. Again I am repeating, Udgitam is the name given to the Omkara itself because it is the Avayava of the Udgita, the entire Samaveda. Now comes the next most important word, Upasita. सबसे important वही है ना. So Om explained, Om iti explained, Om iti etad aksharam explained. Aksharam is Varnatmakam. Varnatmakam means Akara, Ukara, Makara, ityadi Varna. Akshara also means Naksharati, imperishable, that will come in later on. So Om, Alambana for Upasana, which is Nama and Pratika of the Lord. Aksharam, it is Varnatmakam, Auma. Udgitham, it is also called as Udgita because it is the Udgita Bhakti, that is Samaveda Avayava. Now the next word to understand is upasita. What do you mean by upasita? Ye upasita. बहुत सुंदर डेफिनेशन है कि कर्मांग अवयवभूत ओंकारे परमात्मा प्रतीके दृढ़ाम ऐकाग्र लक्षणाम मतिम संतनुयातु. So karmanga avayavabhuta onkare paramatmani. Karmanga avayavabhuta means in the yajna yagadi, in the upasanadi, everywhere, which are called as karma. In that anga is this onkara. And this onkara is what? Paramatma's pratika. Alambana pratika, rupa pratika. On this Paramatma, what is the meaning of upasana? Drudham aikagriya lakshanam matim samtanuyat. The druda firm aikagriya single pointed lakshanam matim, the inner conviction, having it is called as upasana. So with the conviction, bringing our mind's attention with single pointedness to the Om, the chanted word, as well as the Pratika, that is called as Upasana. This we have to understand. Again we repeat, Karmanga Vayabhute Onkare Paramatmani. What is the Upasanam? On this Onkara, which is Paramatma Sarupa, Paramatma Pratike, Dudham Aikakri Lakshanam Matim Santanuyat. So, in that, how many things have come? One is Omkara Rupa Dhyana going on. Second is Omkara Ucharana is going on. Third one, this Om is Bhagwan's name, Bhagwan's form. That type of mati, the knowledge should be in the mind while chanting that Omkara. Like when you say Krishna, Krishna, in mind the Krishna Rupa should be there, in mind Krishna Nama should be there, and in mind conviction that this Rupa Nama belong to that my Ishtadevata Krishna Varma. That is called the Upasana of Krishna. Then the other Upasanas of Dhyayami, Avayami, so many steps come in that. So here also the main word is called Matim. So, Aikagra Lakshanam Matim Santanuyat. The single pointed conviction that this Om is the Lord's name and Pratika. So through this Om Ucharana, I am invoking the Lord's grace only for my Antakarana Shuddhi. So that I can meditate on that very Lord and realize that very Lord as my own self. And this thing in Yoga Darshanam also very Spashtarupena said. After telling about Abhyasa Vairagyam Nirodha, all that, he says Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Only also by Ishvara Pranidhana, Chitta Vritti Nirodha can be achieved. Who is that Ishvara? It is defined there. Klesha, Karma, Vipaka, Ashehi, Aparamrushtaha, Purusha Visheshaha Ishvaraha. He is not Jiva who is Paramrushta with Klesha, Karma, Vipaka, Ashaya. They are all sequential. क्लेश के कारण कर्म होता है, कर्म विपाक को, विपाक आशय को लीड करता है. ईश्वरा हैज नो टच विथ एनी ऑफ दीस थिंग्स. अपरामृष्ट पुरुष विशेष है ईश्वर. दैट इज व्हाट इन मुंडकोपनिषद द अदर वर्ड अनश्नन अन्यो अविचाकशीत. It is not doing any karma, not enjoying any karma phala. The lower bird is doing karma, enjoying karma. So after telling this definition of Paramatma, which we just saw in 1 minute, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha, it is said. His name is Omkara. What we have to do the sadhana, sir? Tad Japaha Tadartha Bhavanam. You do the japa of that Omkara, Tadartha Bhavanam. What is the artha there? One artha is, this Om is the name of the Lord who is Klesha Karma Vipakashaya Aparamrishta. In the next 2-3 sutras, Tadartha Bhavanam is further explained. Ki Saha Purvesham api Guruhu Kalena Anavachedat Tatra Niratishayam Sarvajnatva Bijam. Okay? Tatra Niratyayam Sarvagnyata Bijam. He is that Lord who is Sarvagnya. And he is the Guru of all the Gurus. Because he is there even beyond the time. Kalena Anavacheda. So there are 2, 3 such instructions are given to practice while doing the upasana of the Omkara, which is the name of the Ishvara. All of that together is called Ishvara Pranidhana. That also helps us in Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This is practically again shown to us in the 10th skandha of Bhagavata Purana. The entire 10th skandha, where Bhagavan Krishna Leelas we are going on listening. Our whole antakarana, while becoming Krishnamaya from it, about me, about the Jagat, the Ragadesha about the Jagat, all those dust and dirt goes away. That's how we become pure and we don't have any other vrittis of the world other than Krishna. That is why the 10th skandha is called as Nirodha skandha. Vritti Nirodha skandha. Then on the 11th one, the Mukti skandha, where Krishna Bhagavan Uddhava teaches to us entire Mukti Jnana. Then the realization is Ashraya. Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Raja in the 12th skandha. I'm just giving some here and there references for more clarity here. So therefore, Japa Karma, Omkare Paramatma Pratike Drudham Aikagriya Lakshanam Matim Santanuyat. So Omkare Paramatma Pratike Drudham Aikagriya Lakshanam Matim Santanuyat. Drudham is firm. Ekagrata is on the name of the Lord, the Omkara, along with the Pratika. Then Matim is that this is Paramatma's name. I am uttering, asking him to bless me. Okay? Asking him to see to my antakana become Shuddha. And keep on chanting Omkara, Omkara. That Omkara goes into the heart. Means till it goes into the heart, keep on chanting. Like the Bhaktas are told to chant the Ramanama, Krishna Nama. So what does Ramanama, Krishna Nama do? It percolates into the heart and sends up all the unwanted samskaras and vrittis. So Subhe, Ram, Rat, Din, Vat, Hamesha, to him now the Ramanama only is remembered. So too, from us, all the time, all other thoughts should go away, only Omkara should remain. That is called as the Chitta Shuddhi. What is Chitta Shuddhi? Ekagra Chitta, only Chitta Shuddhi. Why the Chitta is Ashuddha? Why it's also meaning Anekagrata? So many of Raga Dveshas to the world. Why? They are in our heart as a samskar. When the Omkara samskaras grow, they ward away all the other samskaras. Your Chitta will not have the Ashuddhi of agitations, will not have the Ashuddhi of distractions, will not have the Ashuddhi of the Raga Dvesha towards the things and beings. So this Omkara is Jhadu and Pocha, which removes the dirt of the Raga Dvesha impurities and Chancharata because of them in our Antakara. And by merely chanting Ramanama, Krishnama or Omkara deeply with that Shraddha, also this is achieved. Need not even intellectually understand so many things. Because karte bhi jao, Antakarana Shuddha hota. And to that, when you add the prema love, then sone pe suhaga. And add little Vedantic knowledge that we have nothing to do with the world. It's only obligatory, the Runa, clarity with anybody. Other than that, I have no relation to anyone. I have relation with my own self, which is the self of all. If this Vedanta also is added, nothing like that. We will grow. So, Upasana is defined here. Omkare Paramatma Pratike Dudham Aikagre Lakshanam Matim Samtanuyat. Santanuyat means continuously maintaining. Dudha means firmly. Aikagra Lakshanam single pointed. Mati means conviction. The firm maintenance of conviction based single pointedness on Omkara, knowing that it is the Pratika of the Lord and Alambana for me. So I am taking the alambana of the Omkara, which is the Namatmaka, Rupatmaka, Pratika of the Lord. For how am I doing that? Drudata se, Ekagrata se, with Mati. Continuously I am doing. Result is my mind's vrittis are single pointed, no impurity of the Ragadesha. They all have gone away. In fact, any time, whenever the mind is disturbed, 11 times say Om, Om, with concentration, disturbance is gone. In other words, in the great Mahatma's language, because we forget the Lord through his Alambana, Pratik and Sarupa, that the mind clings on to something else and all disturbances come. Like, Swamiji, I am busy in so many things, so therefore I cannot attend the class. No, it is other way around. Because you are not attending the class, therefore you are getting distracted by so many. This is a fact. Because I am not attending to the Omkara or Bhagavan Nama, that in my mind the things and beings and their likes and dislikes towards them, all the dirt and unwanted things are rising. इस तरह सोचो तो ज़्यादा फायदा है. The other way, that I am so much busy, therefore I can't come to the class, it's a pessimistic approach. It won't help. It only is a justification for why I don't want to come to the class. It won't help. The other way is this. Because I am not attending the class, therefore my mind intellect have so many avenues and channels to get distracted channels. So therefore, how to avoid all of that? Just be regular to class, that is gone. Like for you, this 1.5 hours, no samsara, because you are fully committed to this class in that way. So tomorrow when we come, the next portion, Swayameva Shruthi Omkarasya Udgita Shabdavachatve Hetumaha Omiti Udgayati. Omiti Arabhya hi Asmad Udgayati Ata Udgita Omkara Ityartha. So Omiti Udgayati. And the last one is what? Etasya Upavyakyanam. Tasya Upavyakyanam, that also beautifully said. So दोनों के लिए 5-5 मिनट लगेंगे. That we will finish. Then the next loka, how he glorifies this Omkara, this Pranava, this Udgita by telling that it is the rasa of all the rasas, is the essence of all essences. It is a joy giver of all the joys in 2 mantras. ये rasa tara rasa tama batate. Again, that we have to listen and get convinced in our intellect and take this Omkara as support. So in the meantime, start from today only Om. Anyway, we are doing it from the first day of our Chandogya Upanishad chanting, study the Omkara. More than 1.5 to 2 years every day, we are doing it for, our count was 18 times, but we do it 20 times. Right now also let us do Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Purnamadaha Shrutimatre Namaha Tatsad Brahmarpanamastu. So tomorrow we will see the remaining portion of first mantra and enter into second one. Your wonderful patience. Thank you, friends. Great you are. That's why the Lord is blessing with this opportunity of studying the Vedas, the Vedanta, the Upanishads, etc. Very, very good. I am so very delighted to be here in this class. No distractions, nothing. Enjoy the Shastra. Jaya Gurudev Chinmayanandam. One second. Tamas. Yes. What is our next thing? Our Veda Parayanam. Today we will be learning the DYAAVA Pruthivi Devatas, their glory, as well as asking them to bless us, empower us with everything positive strengths, and remove the sins from our life. That is the thing. This also has got 7 mantras. Okay. Yes. Mrugara is the rishi to whom this is revealed, like all other devatas are DYAAVA and Pruthivi. Dyava means Dyuloka, means Swargaloka, Pruthivi, the Bhuloka, in between the Antariksha too. So this is used for again for the Papa Nishkriti and Anugraha. So the mantras say, O Dyuloka and Prithviloka. So you are the ones, Samana Chitta. You are the ones who are in your own pristine, joyful state. I am doing your stuti. You are Sarvagata, spread to so many of the yojanas of distance. You are the ones who are requested to give the support to the devatas and manushya who are staying in you, on you. So to please release us from all the sins. So to this Dyava Pruthivi, like the Sutra Mani Nyaya, is permeating all the, supporting also and permeating all the living beings also. So these Dyuloka, Pruthiviloka are the ones who have the special guna of the dana. And because of Dyuloka Anugraha and Pruthiviloka Anugraha only, we are getting everything. Therefore, I am praying to you both, please become cause for our sukha. So to please free us from all these sins. In the same way, all the rishis, munis, poets have described you to be the ones who remove all the klesha and dukkha. And you are very vistirna and we are very solid and gambhira. So here I am invoking your grace for my protection. Be a cause for our sukha. May you please free us from all these sins. Same way, O Diloka and Prithviloka, you are eternal, immutable, birth deathless. You are the ones because of whom the beings get what they want. The Amrita Tulya Bhojana Jala Ityad. You are the ones who receive all our oblations. You are the ones who are holding on to receiving oblations, or you are the one who are providing all the oblations for us to use for the yajna. You are also the one supporting all the rivers. You are the one supporting the entire human beings. So become a cause of our sukha and also free us from all these sins. So to whatever the variety of the inner and outer troubles that are troubling me, the Swayam Papa and the Papa I am doing prompted by somebody else, please free from all of them. I am doing your stuti. I just don't want any of the sins in my life and their consequences of dukkha. Only one prayer to you again and again, ahvana to you, that please come, be in our life, free us from all those sins. So that is how this mantra talks about the Dyava Pruthivi. Stuti. Okay. In some of the print, 2 shlokas are missing. Okay, friends. Therefore, I am again putting it for those whom I am seeing now in front of me. Rama Rama. 1 second. Who are there in the class today? Yeah. In Hindi, I am putting it for you. Yes. Okay, let us learn it now. Like every day, these are only 7 mantras, na? Okay. Om Sakala Papa Dukkha Nivaranartham Samasta Samruddhyadinam Praptyartham Anugrahartham Cha Atharvana Vedantargata Dyava Pruthivi Suktasya Parayanam Vayam Sarve Karishyamahe. Om Manvevam Dyava Pruthivi. Om Manvevam Dyava Pruthivi. Subhojasau Sachetasau Subhojasau Sachetasau ये अप्रथेताम् अमितायोजनानि प्रतिष्ठे हि अभवतं वसूनां तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः तेनः मुञ्चतमं हसः. Please free us from all the sins. That is the meaning. Naha munchatam amhasa. Om manve vam dyava pruthivi subhojasau sachetasau ye aprathetam amita yojanani pratishthehi avavatam vasunam te no munchatamam hasaha. Manve vam dyava pruthivi subhojasau sachetasau ये अप्रथेताम् अमिता योजनानि प्रतिष्ठे हि अभवतं वसूनां तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः. सेकंड. प्रतिष्ठे हि अभवतं वसूनां प्रवृद्धे देवी सुभगे उरूचि द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः प्रतिष्ठे ह्यभवतं वसूनां प्रवृद्धे देवी सुभगे उरूचि द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः प्रतिष्ठे ह्यभवतं वसूनां प्रवृद्धे देवी सुभगे उरूचि द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः. थर्ड. असन्तापे सुतपसौ हुवेहमुर्वी गम्भीरे कविभिर्नमस्ये द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः असन्तापे सुतपसौ हुवेहमुर्वी गम्भीरे कविभिर्नमस्ये द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः असन्तापे सुतपसौ हुवेहमुर्वी गम्भीरे कविभिर्नमस्ये द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः. Syona means become cause of our happiness. Tenaha munchata amsaha. Please, you are requested to free us from all the papa. So Syona in Punjab they use this word. Mera Shona. Correct word they are using. Shona means the one who is the giver of happiness. Syona, it is used here. Fourth mantra. ये अमृतं बिभृतो ये हवींषि ये अमृतं बिभृतो ये हवींषि ये श्रोत्या बिभृतो ये मनुष्यान् द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये अमृतं बिभृतो ये हवींषि ये श्रोत्या बिभृतो ये मनुष्यान् द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः. फिफ्थ मंत्र. ये उश्रिया बिभृतो ये वनस्पतीन् ययोर्वां विश्वाभुवनान्यन्तः द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये उश्रिया बिभृतो ये वनस्पतीन् ययोर्वां विश्वाभुवनान्यन्तः द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः. Then the sixth mantra. ये कीलालेन तर्शयतः ये घृतेन याभ्यामृते न किञ्चन शक्नुवन्ति न किञ्चन शक्नुवन्ति द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये कीलालेन तर्शयतः ये घृतेन याभ्यामृते न किञ्चन शक्नुवन्ति द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये कीलालेन तर्शयतः ये घृतेन याभ्यामृते न किञ्चन शक्नुवन्ति द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः सेवन्त् वन् यन्मेदमभिशोचति यन्मेदमभिशोचति येन वा कृतं येन वा कृतं पौरुषेयान्न दैवात् स्तौमिद्या वा पृथिवी स्तौमिद्या वा पृथिवी नाथितो जोहवीमि नाथितो जोहवीमि तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः यन्मेदमभिशोचति येन वा कृतं पौरुषेयान्न दैवात् स्तौमिद्या वा पृथिवी नाथितो जोहवीमि तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः यन्मेदम् अविशोचति येन वा कृतं पौरुषेयान्न दैवात् स्तौमिद्या वा पृथिवी नाथितो जोहवीमि तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ॐ शान्तिः 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 टुगेदर once tomorrow 5 times मन्वे वां द्यावा पृथिवी सुभोजसौ सचेतसौ ये अप्रयेतामविता योजनानि प्रतिष्ठे ह्यभवतं वसूनां तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः प्रतिष्ठे ह्यभवतं वसूनां प्रवृद्धे देवी सुभगे उरूची द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः असन्तापे सुतवसौ दुवे हुवेहम् उर्वी गम्भीरे कविभिर्नमस्ये द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये अमृतं विभृतो ये हवींषि ये श्रोत्या विभृतो ये मनुष्यागं द्यावा पृथिवी मनुष्यानि द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः मनुष्यान् ये उश्रिया विभृतो ये वनस्पतीन् ययोर्वाह विश्वा भुवनान्यन्तः द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ये कीलालेन तर्शयतो ये कृतेन याभ्यामृते न किञ्चन शक्नुवन्ति द्यावा पृथिवी भवतं मे स्योने तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः यन्मेदमभिशोचति येन वा कृतं पौरुषेयाय दैवात् स्तौमिद्या वा पृथिवीनाथितो जोहवीमि तेनो मुञ्चतमं हसः ॐ शान्तिः 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 tomorrow also same thing 5 बार पढ़ते हैं may we be that way praying to the Paramatma through all these stotras that quickly their anugraha comes to remove the maya from our life. So too, we will pray to our Rishimani also while doing the upasanas to empower us. We also do our Nitya Karmas, we also do our Vedanta Shravana Upanishads, Manana Chintana. That way, all these things while doing, the required maturities slowly start happening undoubtedly. Okay. Having said that, we have done our Veda Parayanam. Now, two more items. One is Dhyana Purvaka Mantram, then our common sense thought. Today's mantra dhyana about the Rishi Gayatri Mantra. Vidmahe, we know that you are Sakshat Parabrahma. We know you are kind, compassionate to spend your tapashakti to bless us when we pray to you, when we do your upasana. That's called Vidmahe. So we are doing the upasana and meditating on you. That's called Dhimahi. And we are praying to you to put us on the Parabrahma Marga till we reach Prachodayat. Also protect us from all inner outer obstructions, enemies. Stula Rupena, Sukshma Rupena, Karana Rupena, wherever, whatever the obstructions are there, please, O Divine, remove. Today's Rishi is Sakshat Ashtavakra Maharshi. So many Rishis we have seen. Ashtavakra Rishi we have not yet seen. Interesting point is what? The Ashtavakra Rishi's name is not found in any Upanishads. Vichitra. But the people related to him are always there in the Upanishads. Janakashtavakra Samvada, it comes in Muradaranaka, sorry. His related people, sorry, more are there in the various Upanishads. So his father is Kahola Maharshi, mother is Sujata. Okay, of this Sujata, the mother, the father is Uddalaka Maharshi. Therefore, Uddalaka Maharshi has become the Nanaji of this Ashtavakra. Then who is Uddalaka Aruni's son? Shvetaketu. So therefore, Shvetaketu is Mama, who is the one receiver of Tattvasi Mahavakya. So Tattvasi Mahavakya receiving Shvetaketu is the Mama of Ashtavakra Gita. And when we listen to this, how we become excited. Whereas there is nothing to do with these relations. The relativity is only with Brahma Vidya. But फिर भी मस्ती के वास्ते. Okay. The interesting thing is when the father was doing the recitation of Vedas, the Kahola, Ashtavakra was in the mother's womb. She was also seated listening. And because of some restlessness or inadvertence or sleepiness, while doing Vedic chanting, he was doing one or two mistakes. This fellow from inside, the boy, he pointed out to father that these mantras you are chanting wrong. That Kahola became angry. So paida hi nahi hua that you are correcting me. Then he curses him when you are born. You will born with 8 types of teda meda. That's how he is vakra, crooked in 8 places. Hand में, neck में, elbow में, then the waist में, knees में, paw में. 8 places there is crookedness. That's how he became Ashtavakra, cursed by his own father only. Okay. So Parabrahma Paramatma, Brahmadeva, Uddalaka Aruni, then Sujata, then Kahola Maharshi, the Sujata's husband, Uddalaka's daughter is Sujata, and to them is the Ashtavakra Maharshi Janita. Okay. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the mm, we see the Uddalaka, Shvetaketu, Janaka, all these topics that come in Brihadaranyaka. In Chandogya also, the Uddalaka grandfather, Mama Shvetaketu topics are there. So, but his members are there in those Upanishads. In Ashtavakra's thing, we see Mahabharata, his topic comes in Vanaparva. In that, the Ashtavakra's Janma story, everything comes, and how his father got defeated by that famous Pandit by name Bandi, his name is, who came to Janaka's Sabha. He challenges, I will defeat anyone. Condition, whoever is defeated, they have to jump into the river and die. So many great rishis, brahmanas, they get defeated by this Bandi and they go and die. Then here comes our Ashtavakra, he defeats him. Then Bandi will go and fall, but I think he's protected, whatever. His father is retrieved back again, the Kahola. So in this way, Brahma Purana, Skanda Purana also talk exhaustively along with Mahabharata about this great Ashtavakras, Jnana, etc. So this Varuna Loka Kahola is gone. He comes back after Ashtavakra defeats this Bandi in the discussion. Then with the father's Anugraha, when Ashtavakra takes bath in that particular river, is all the 8 crookednesses go. Again he becomes Sama, That also story there in Mahabharata Adi. And among whatever are his writings, famous writing is Ashtavakra Gita. Pure Vedanta Upanishad Jnana ditto it is there. The pure knowledge of the self, the Advaita Jnana, the Moksha through Brahma Jnana, the sadhana of detachments, the sadhana of Sakshi Bhava, all of them are given. The punchline is Nate Sangosti Kenapi Shuddhosi Niranjana. You don't have attachment to anything. You are the pure, immaculate, untouched by anything. That Brahman you are. In this way, Ashtavakra this, Ashtavakra Gita. So in the childhood only, with his jnanam, he surprised all the Veda Vedas. He defeated that Bandi. He released his father. Then he has taught Brahma Vidya to Raja Janaka. Aina? Then whatever the bodily abnormalities, they won't stop one in gaining Brahma Jnana. His life teaches us that as an example. So to Advaita Vedanta, so beautifully explained to us. Shankara Bhagavan quotes less, but all his writings have the flavor of Ashtavakra Gita. Okay. Thereafter, what one or two things we can see is mm, so Mahabharata, again Aranya Parva, it comes. Brahma Purana, Skanda Purana, we said. His text is Advaita. Yadi deham prutakrutva chiti vishramya tishtati adhunaiva sukhi shanto bandha mukto bhavishyasi. In the Ashtavakra Gita, among so many powerful mantras, this one is this. At this very moment, when if you detach from your Sthula Sharira and get identified with Chit Swarupa Paramatma and get settled in that, at this very moment, you will be freed from all the dukkha, you become Sukhi, you will be freed from all the Shanti, you will become Shantaha, you will be freed from all bondages, you become Mukta. Adhuna eva Sukhi Shantaha Bandha Mukto Bhavish. This we are going to study sometime. This is Ashtavakra Gita. So Garbhastha Jnani, Bala Brahma Jnani, Guru of the Janaka Maharaj, the giver of the Advaita Jnana, in which I am not the Shariradi Upadhi, Aham Brahmasmi. In this what is Ashtavakra Mahima. So, the Gayatri Mantra can be Mahajnani, therefore he defeated. Therefore, Mahajnanine cha vidmahe. In established in Brahman, he gave us Ashtavakra Gita ityadi. Therefore, Brahmanishtaya dhimahi. So, Mahajnanine cha vidmahe, Brahmanishtaya dhimahi, tanno Ashtavakra Maharshi prachodayat. महाज्ञानी ब्रह्मनिष्ठ याद रख लो. ओम परब्रह्म परमात्मा स्वरूप श्री अष्टावक्र महर्षे नमः. ध्यायामि आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि छत्रचामरादीन् समर्पयामि शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचारादीन् समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि. श्री अष्टावक्र महर्षे नमः. प्रार्थयामि मम बाह्याभ्यंतर विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलनं कृत्वा परमात्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा अस्मिन् क्षणे एव परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि. अस्मिन् क्षणे himself said, in this very moment will be liberated. तथा च सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृतेः अपि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धि विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु. 16 times. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्र महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महाज्ञानिने च विद्महे ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो अष्टावक्रमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम श्री अष्टावक्र महर्षे नमः। नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि। मां रक्ष रेक्षैति परमात्मानुभवं प्रयत्ति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा अनुभवं प्रयच्छैति। सनातनधर्मस्यापि वैदिक ऐन्दव संस्कृते भारतवर्षस्यापि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि। ओम श्री अष्टावक्र महर्षे नमः। 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 ओम श्री अष्टावक्र महर्षये नमः. One side defeating the defeating Bandi, other side teaching the greatest of the Brahmagyanis, Janaka himself. That way Ashtavakra at that young age himself, it's a so great Maharshi is. And I am glad you are without angry or rejection, every day listening and chanting all these mantras along with remembering the rishis and rejoicing that without any doubts within you, you are really appreciated. For me, to personally, I just feel so delighted. One, we belong to so many rishis existing parampara. Two, how these rishis we are every day effortlessly remembering and extending our salutations. Three, for future I see by the grace of all of them, definitely all the impediments, obstacles of all levels, they are going to go away and we are going to be pakka on the path of the mukti. This is how maybe all sadhakas have done their sadhana. So we are also blessed like that. Okay. Now having done all this, the last one, common sense thought, very short and sweet, is what? First of all, from the Paramatma's side, he is neither favoring anybody specially, nor he is biased against anybody. Therefore, all these questions, doubts regarding Lord, regarding Paramatma, regarding the Ishvara, please drop them once for all. Second is he wants every jiva to be mukta and not baddha, to be sukhi and anandi, not dukhi and miserable. In this also there should never be doubt. Third, therefore alone Bhagavan uh, provides various things or puts each of the jiva in his creation in that particular respective place with all those inner and outer conditions so that all of them given by us the Lord are conducive for our spiritual growth. In short, wherever we are placed by the Lord with all His intelligence, love, compassion for our own growth. Be firm about this thing. Wherever we are placed by Him only for our growth. Whichever the place, whether you are in a village, you are in a town, you are in a metro, you are in a cosmopolitan city, whichever the place, physical place you are there, whichever are the surroundings you are there in, What are the people that are associated with you? And a variety of the relatives that are there around us. Also our own deha indriya prana adi. Even the professions. जहाँ कहीं भी है हम, वो भगवान हमको वहां रखा हमें इवॉल्व होने के लिए. He is the perfect one in that way. Be clear, doubtless regarding it. Point one, total all these thoughts. Point two is therefore no complaints to the Lord, no comparison with others. ये क्यों नहीं दिया, वो क्यों नहीं दिया, ये क्यों दिया? All those complaints, end them right now. है ना? 16 जुलाई 2026 वाराही पूजा, जय जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा. Drop it right now. So too, no comparison with others. Somebody is in village and you are in town. Don't compare with them and feel jealous. फिर कितना बढ़िया उसको इतना अच्छा एटमॉस्फेयर मिल रहा है. So to being in the village, don't complain. अरे in city he has so many things to buy, to enjoy and all. मेरे को गांव में क्या है? गाय का दूध, गाय का गोबर. That way don't compare. Everywhere, like your friend has 4 children. He has 4, I have none or only one. Don't cry. So too, I have 4, चारों के चारों गधे. He has got only one. He so that comparison should not. And my body is like this, thin and lean. Other is so hefty, stout. No, 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 no comparison. Or mine is stout and heavy, other is thin and lean. कहीं भी कोई भी comparison ही नहीं करना. No comparison, no complaint. Second thing. Now the third very crucial is what key, wherever we are placed, and being aware of, becoming aware of all those things that are provided to us. Now think how best they can be utilized. Utilized for our growth, for our evolution. And whenever in our classes we talk about growth or evolution, it is exclusively spiritual only. Why will I talk anything else? So, how I can utilize all the surroundings that are provided to me for my own spiritual evolution? Again, one more specification in that the spiritual evolution is the inner spiritual evolution, the innermost self, that spiritual evolution. In short, how much I am going nearer and nearer to my own self, going or coming to my nearer and nearer inner self. That is the only sign of spiritual evolution. How I am utilizing all those things that are given to my Lord to me for my inner journey. The Siddhanta Jnana, the sadhana, the अनुभूति में मैं कैसे आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ, whatever I am provided. This is our genius. Lord has blessed us with all these. Now we have to bless ourselves. Our blessings to ourselves are without complaints and grudges or comparisons, becoming aware of whatever the things that are given, using them in a most beautiful and effective manner for our own evolution, inner. And in that inner evolutionary sadhana, from the highest level of deep meditation to apprehend the reality to the grossest level of the ladai jagda with the family members, all of them are part of it. What is the meaning of the grosser thing? When you have such wife or husband or children or anybody so funny, so cranky, so annoying, even that also we have to use to develop vairagya in us. Then you are already a sadhaka. So at that level, you need vairagya. So for providing the vairagya, the Bhagavan has given all of those things. To develop vairagya, to develop the patience, to develop loving in spite. To give those trainings Bhagavan has put in that situation. And that is not throughout life or any number of lives. It is provided only for such some time. That we are not in the hospital continuously. जब तक treatment है तब तक वहाँ रहते. उसके बाद you are discharged or you are taken into the other ward. है ना, multiple problem है तो पहले you are put in the ICU. Then there the basic things, the cardiac and all things are done. Then depending on the next thing, your neuro problem is the neuro department. If you have any bone fracture, you are put in arthritis, ortho department. In that way, every time we are not in the same. Same people are not around us. Same body is not given to us. Same place we are not born. Anywhere we are placed, if you go on complaining and demanding and ask for change, our drushti is only in those things. And all things, more or less, remain the same. Our attention should be not on them. Regarding their convenient or inconvenient, etc. Our attention should be how to make them convenient for my sadhana, my genius. जैसा भी हो मैं अपने अंदर का साधना अंदर के साधनाओं में starting from the grossest of viveka vairagya up to the subtle most of we are able to sit on the meditational seat for hours together in rejecting our upadhika tadatmya, in identifying ourselves with the nirupadhika brahman. That we have to do. Why the wife is like that? Husband, no question now. The best is provided to you. That's it. चुन चुन के भगवान सबसे उत्तम ही देते. He is not such person कि सब में से घटिया दूं. He is not that way. Narrow minded the Lord is. He gives the best but suitable and suitable. Eke out how to get from these situations vairagya. From these situations or things, this service orientation. The, the egoless, selfless love, how I can learn. Then after, whatever the other relaxations, timings that are given to me. Like the people stop contacting me. When we become old, we become unwanted by all. That is natural. Shankar Bhagavan is said, यावत् वित्तोपार्जन सकता तावत् निज परिवारो रक्तः पश्चात जीवति जर्जरे वार्ताम कोपि न पृच्छति. पहले तैयार करके रखना. एज वी आर ओल्ड नो बडी विल आस्क. दैट इज हाउ द थिंग गोइंग टू बी. थैंक गॉड दोज हु आर लिविंग लॉन्ग, बोथ कपल वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड, एक दूसरे के से हम 1 घंटा लड़ते हैं, 1 घंटा प्यार. वो दोनों एक विकेट गिर गए मानो, द अदर वन हैज नोबडी टू आस्क. There will be some sympathy sometime, but nobody can attend to you 24 hours. Everybody is busy. Everybody is busy. So for ourselves, we have to have all these alambana, this knowledge that whatever situation I am put, let me utilize it for my sadhana. That is my blessings to myself. The Lord has already blessed me by giving the best. Think about it more seriously, sincerely. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, friends. Gita.